Hey guys, this is your boy Markcoos, and welcome to the Markcoos Mafia episode number 26. Now as you can see, I go out with all the money I had and buy Tokanaga. Now I looked at the comments in the last video and I saw Vorm and stuff like that, and I was going to buy him, but for some reason I decided to buy Tokunaga because I really needed to improve my backline. Like, my backline is going to be my main thing of this episode really, but I end up actually buying a striker later on in the episode, of course. But yes, in the first match I played face guy and his team isn't that good, but once again he's got the pace demon Vandermurch on the bench, and I'm just like, oh god damn it. But he does actually bring him on, and for the starting match, for the starting lineup. But then 4th minute of the match, we're on goal with Steven Fletcher, and he pops it in. In the last episode he was having quite a trouble scoring goals, but in this episode he scores bloody loads. But Menandino gets a shot away, his keeper just makes a mess of it, and Steven Fletcher gets on the end of it and pops it in. So he scored 2 goals in the first half, and I'm just like, hell yeah, Steven Fletcher is so good in this game. I mean, for quite a cheap price, he's more or less, he's slightly more expensive than Vandermurch, but I think he's more or less as good as him. I mean, he's not that much pace, but still, I've had 8 shots, 6 on target, so I do deserve to be 2-0 up, which I think is quite impressive. But of course, you go to the game plan and check stuff out, and he's bringing on El Shaarawy, and he's got Vandermurch up front, and basically he's had like 0 shots. His finishing's been appalling. But I end up, the second half starts, of course, I just runs through with Vandermurch, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I mean, really? That really pissed me off. So again, he gets through with me on Vandermurch, passes through to El Shaarawy, and El Shaarawy does a pretty good finish. I mean, that's like a really good finish, right to the top corner. But in the more or less coming to the last minute of the match, I get ball with Downing, play a through ball to Steven Fletcher. I'm just like, screw you, central defender. I kept running like this because, of course, you get away from them, and Steven Fletcher pops it in for his hat trick. So yes, Steven Fletcher scores a hat trick, another hat trick, of course, for my team, and I end up winning the game 3-2. But in this video, I get trolled by PES quite a lot, as usual. But he's had 6 shots, 2 on target. I had 12 shots, 9 on target, so I deserve to win. So yes, I had 48% possession. Again, I win with less possession. I don't know what's going on. I really must be playing some sort of Celtic football. But I did play it again today, and my god, I destroyed people with, I beat a guy who had 40% possession. I actually dominated him. I had 60%. I mean, that's quite a lot of possession, and yeah, so Steven Fletcher, of course, gets man of the match. I gave the guy fair play because, to be fair, he didn't just keep hitting it through to Vandermurch. He actually played pretty good football. But in the next match, I faced a guy with a lower rating than me, but his team strength is 834. He's got Reina in goal, Giggs, Belhanda, Royce, Eto'o, Ozil, Benzema. And I'm like, oh, god damn it. I mean, how is that fair? I mean, Konami really needs to fix the matchmaking. I mean, this is after I had gone about a 3-game winning streak, and I just end up facing this guy. But Mackie gets the ball here, and he shoots, and he hits the bar, and I'm just like, my god. But really, that was more or less the most boring first half of football ever. The stats sort of lie a bit, because the stats are, I'm sure the stats say he had 3 shots and 3 on target. I think I don't remember him having 3 shots. I went through the thing. I don't remember actually him even dominating possession, none of that rubbish. But look at this goal here, okay? He scores a pretty good goal. I mean, like, the keeper makes a mistake, and Andrew Ayew pops in and pops it in, and I'm just like, oh well, that's expected. I mean, of course, my players aren't the best. But through on goal with Kevin Dahl here, and I try and finesse it, and for some reason he takes an extra touch and tries and finesses it with the outside of his boot. So I end up getting beat 1-0 by this guy who had a pretty beast team. I mean, like, his team wasn't like bad, it was pretty beast. It says he has 9 shots, 8 on target. That was a complete lie. I don't know how. Like, it seems that maybe most of his shots were maybe crap, and I just decided not to put them in the video, because I had 7 shots, 1 on target, and one on target was the Kevin Dahl chance. But I mean, Sergio Ramos gets man of the match for his team, but Mulgrew and McKeeve played such good defensive football that like, it says, the stats say that he had lots of chances and all this rubbish, but personally I don't think he did, because if he did, then why would Mulgrew get a 7 rating? But going to the next match, and the guy's got a lower rating than me and a lower team rating than me, but he's got Petr Benov and Vandermurch up front, so I was just like, god bloody damn it. I get the ball here, Gary Hooper, pass it back to Jake Livermore, and I try and get away, and really, this game was 0-0 at halftime. I mean, it's coming to halftime now. And, I mean, it was ridiculous. Like, he just kept getting the ball, pinging it through to Vandermurch, and I was just like, god damn it, man, play some good football. Don't just be a prick. And as you can see, most of these games seem to be at home, And at home, for some reason, I struggle so badly to score goals. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like some sort of effect in my mind. But at halftime, I had 6 shots, 4 on target. But here, as you can see, he just pings it through to Vandermarch. And once you're through on goal, Vandermarch, if you miss, you're crap at the game. Because he's so bloody overpowered, as you can see from my Vandermarch video. And yeah, so yeah, I get beat 1-0. And does he deserve it? Not really. I had 10 shots, 5 on target, and 9 shots, 6 on target. He had more possession, but look at the interceptions. It shows that I had a lot more like passing, and he sort of just intercepted them maybe luckily, because he was a pretty poor player. I don't know how I got beat. Oh well, really, I do know how I got beat. He had bloody Van der Merchant up front, but swiftly on to the next game. The next game is a special match, and I thought I'll have a chance here. I mean, not a big chance, but because his rating was slightly higher than mine, and his team was better than mine, and he had Van der Merch on the bench, and he ends up bringing him on and moving Jovanovic to the right hand side where Modis is. And I was like, my god, man, just play without so much pace. You don't need it. Like, really, it's not really necessary to play the game. It's just ridiculous that everyone has pace, and like, it's not something Konami can really sort out. But in the 16th minute here, he gets a ball, and this goal, this goal is complete crap. McKeeve tries and gets it, can't get it, and he ends up popping it in with, I think it's his central defensive midfielder. I don't know what his name was. And I was just like, what the hell? So I have all these chances trying to score, and I think the stats in this match show how much I dominated. I don't show any of the highlights because I don't really care, but I mean, that's a ridiculous goal to concede. McKeeve just can't get the ball off Jovanovic. And you see, I had 6 shots, 2 on target. He had 5 shots and 1 on target. And the whole second half, I don't show it, but I'm sure I dominated like a lot. I'm sure the stats are lying there, because I remember I played quite good football, because he had 11 shots, 4 on target. So in the end, he deserved to win. So I was like, oh well, it's expected, because of course he had the better team. So yeah, as you can see, through this whole episode, I was sort of struggling to score goals. My defending wasn't that bad. I wasn't losing by like 7 or 8 goals or anything like that. So I go out and buy Ivanovic. I think that's how you say it. And he's just a big beast guy up front. And the first game, I play a guy who has a team strength much better than mine and a rating slightly less than mine. So he's got Balotelli, Neymar, Van der Merch on the bloody bench again. But he ends up bringing Coimbra in for his centre back. And Coimbra is pretty bad at the back. He's like 59 rated overall. And I end up scoring some good goals with Ivanovic. Now look at this, okay, first minute of the match, more or less from kick-off. Gary Hooper plays a great football to Ivanovic, through on goal, will he score, he pops it in. So I'm like, yes, that's what I'm talking about, Ivanovic. But here he just keeps playing the ball through on goal, and he ends up scoring a pretty good finish. I mean, that's a great finish from I think it was his attacking midfielder, Schmerkic or something like that. But I had defended quite admirably against the likes of Balotelli. So I had 5 shots, 5 on target. He had 6 shots, 3 on target. He had more possession. Of course, these things happen every once in a while, and I can't stop that, because of course, if they're a better player than me at holding possession, of course I'm gonna struggle. But for some reason, I really do seem to play better with less possession, like a lot of counter-attacking football. But here I get the ball here, Gary Hooper, and I was like, all right then, I'm Gary Hooper. And I'm not going to play it for anything. I'll just pass it through to Tokunaga, who takes a quite heavy touch to the byline, triple cross, and boom. Smacked in by Ivanovic. But this goal here, my god. Okay, he got a guy sent off, so of course he'd moved Neymar to the left-hand side and had just left his right-back slot completely empty. So Coimbra comes across here, and Jamie Mackey's on the ball, and he tries to slide. I'm like, no, not today, skin again. It's like, no, and he just pops it in because his goalie was just bad form. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. For a 3-1 win against quite a hard opposition. Hard, yes, ha 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 ha. But yeah, so I ended up winning the game. I had 10 shots, 9 on target. So if I didn't deserve to win that, I don't know what you don't say how I don't deserve to win that. What the hell? But anyway, I don't know what I even just said. But anyway, Ivanovic has been pretty good, and I played a couple games today, and he was pretty beast. He scored a hat-trick for me. Wasn't recording, unluckily. But Ivanovic does get a man of match rating, which I love to see when your new striker comes to the club, and in his first game he more or less wins you the match. He had scored the goal, which all determined on the outcome, or the final outcome anyway. And I'm sure he got it might have been Gareth Barry or it wasn't Gaitan, but I don't know who he got sent off. I got someone sent off. But here, I've only got 1 million to spend, so I was like, alright, I'm just going to the game plan and show you my team. As you see, Ivanovic, I was just moving him about just to see like where he should really be playing, because he can play right mid, left wing forward, right wing forward, and striker and second striker. So I was like, Ivanovic will move slightly forward because he's a bit taller than Steven Fletcher, but Steven Fletcher will come in. Kevin Doll will be benched, and that's basically my team at the current moment. I've not bought anyone, and really, Ambrose is beast, Mariap is quite beast, Tokanuga's beast, Mulgrew's beast, Keesing Young's beast, Downing's beast, Mackey's beast, Fletcher's beast, Ivanovic is pretty beast, McKeeve's a bit of a weak link, and Frezzolini in goal he's pretty good. But as I said, I will possibly be buying, what's his name? Michel Vorm from Swansea. He's meant to be quite a good keeper. Well, of course, what's his name? MCFC2 Rich, I think is his name. He said that he had bought Vorm and Neuer was pretty. They had the same sort of rating at the end of the thing. So if you've enjoyed this episode of the Markcoos Mafia, subscribe to my channel for more from the Markcoos Mafia, more from the Markcoos Mafia and FIFA as well. If you want to join that, just comment below. Comment on the original video as well, it's on my channel. More from PES 13, more from FIFA 13, and catch you later.